Hi everyone, I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your last cosmic astrology forecast for 2024. I will be taking a short break and I'll be back on January 12th, right in time for that January full moon, which happens on the 13th. So in this forecast, I will wrap up the energies of 2024 and give you a little snapshot into the first week or so of January. But before I get into that, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much for your support all through the year, for showing up, watching these videos, your beautiful comments, for purchasing my products, the moon calendars, the moon readings, my books. I really, really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you so much for your support all through the year. I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you very much. All right, let's talk about this week. We moved into Capricorn season. We have the solstice. Now we are moving towards the Capricorn new moon. Technically, it falls on the 30th, so it's next week, not this week. But as we get closer to it, we're going to be really feeling that sense of needing to wrap things up. If we think of the new moon, it's the start of a new lunar cycle. So where are we this week? We're at the end. We're moving through that end stuff. So we really may be feeling that need to wrap things up, tie up loose ends. It's a Capricorn new moon and we're in Capricorn season. So there is this heaviness, this weight of responsibility. Capricorn energy really calls for us to take responsibility for what we're doing, how we're feeling, our actions. Really wants us to kind of own up, step up to the plate and take ownership of our lives. So it can feel like a little bit of a heaviness at times. Right before this Capricorn new moon, Chiron stations direct. Chiron's been retrograde, I think, since July or June of this year, and it is now stationing direct. Chiron is the wounded healer. And when it goes retrograde, it kind of is helping us to go back and look at how our wounds have shaped us, how they have helped us become the person that we are today. We're not looking at our wounds and trying to fix them. We're not looking at them and wishing they were different. We're just kind of honoring them for what they are, as painful, as terrible, as for whatever it is, however it shows up. We're just accepting them as they are and recognizing the person that we are today because of them without judgment. You know, you're not a better person, you're not a worse person, it's different. It's changed you, it's shaped you. And so we try not to put that judgment on it, we just try to allow it to be. That is the energy when we're working with Chiron. And it's happening right before that new moon. Now you would think new moon, new beginning, it's right at the end of the year, we want to set some intentions. That's really not what the cosmic energy is showing us, to be honest. I think this new moon is really about, and I'm not saying you can't set intentions for the new year. That's not what I'm saying. But there's really this energy that's asking us to slow down and be patient and kind of marinate on things a little bit. New moons are about new beginnings, but they're also about the planting of the seed. And if we think about the planting, there's a darkness that comes with that. There's a need to retreat and be in stillness and to sit in that space of creativity of the unknown. It's kind of like a ground zero, a 0 point energy where we're not really creating anything yet, but the potential to create is there. And I think that that is really heightened under this new moon because of, well, we have Chiron stationing direct, kind of really helping us to accept and nurture and accept ourselves for where we are and the wounds that we have moved through all through the year, but also all through our lives. And then this new moon kind of reminding us to just be, to allow ourselves to be in this zero state where the potential for new exists, but we're just sitting in that potential. We're not trying to do too much with it. Normally on a new moon, sometimes we get new moons and that potential to create is there, and I'll say go for it, really use it, really work with it. This new moon, kind of just sit with it, kind of just be with it. Follow your own intuition. Again, I'm not saying you can't set intentions, but this just feels like a very sit and be kind of time. We still have Mars in retrograde. And if we think of Mars as the planet that rules over movement and taking action and our motivation levels, it's in retrograde. So it's in a very internal place, a very inner place. So all of those things, taking action, motivation, all of that is being, you could say, recalibrated and happening on more of an inner level. We're getting ourselves into a state of alignment before we can move forward, before we know what motivates us and what pushes us to take action. So this is a very introspective time. We're really being called to find our patience and to just sort of allow and to find our stillness. And maybe that's something that you can start kind of honing in this week as we approach that new moon on the 30th, as we get to that Chiron direct on December 29th, just really trying to find your stillness and to accept where you're at without judgment, to know that you hold the potential. There is so much creative potential around you to create the life you desire, to create the outcome that you want, but we're just sitting and trusting and sitting in that potential and aligning with it and trusting that when we need to take that next step forward, when the time to actually physically create comes, we will know and we will take that step. So hopefully that resonates. Hopefully there's something in there that sits with you as we get to the end of the year. Yeah, we do have this new moon. Sure, you could definitely set intentions for the new year, but I would encourage you all to just kind of wait, sit with it, see what comes up. Try not to put your vision out there just yet. Let it sit, let it create, let this potential shift it and move it and make it better than you could ever imagine for yourself. So that's the energy as we wrap up 2024, that beautiful new moon, that Chiron energy. And then we shift into January, and January holds the or 2025, I should say, holds the vibration of number 9. And number 9 is a year of endings. And we have so many big cosmic cycles coming to an end in 2025. When a cosmic cycle comes to an end, we also start a new one, don't we? So there's endings and there's also new beginnings, but I just think we're going to feel that endings energy quite strong all through the year. We also have in 2025 2 blood moon eclipses, which are the kind of the most potent type of eclipse that we have, and they usually bring some kind of ending. They're very powerful points of closure and ending for us. So having the 2 blood moon eclipses, we're in a number 9 year. We have, I think it's 4 major planets changing signs, so ending a cycle and starting a new one. So there is a lot of energy in 2025 for endings and closing of chapters, wrapping things up, dusting yourself off, and kind of stepping into a new era, a new vibration. It's actually 2025 is a very remarkable year. The number of planetary shifts that we're having, I don't want to say this has never happened before, but this is very unusual to have so many planets moving into different parts of the zodiac in one year. It's pretty special. If you actually want to dive deeper into the energy of 2025, I have a forecast up for you at foreverconscious.com. I go through all the energies of 2025. I touch on the numerology. And if you want to go even deeper than that, I have a horoscope report for you. It's written by Narayana, the wonderful astrologer who does all your horoscopes. Check out that report. It's in the article. You can download it as an extra from that article, but it goes through all of the cosmic energy, all of the astrology for 2025. I wrote that part, and then she goes into the horoscope. So I'll put a link in the description box below. You can get the forecast on the website, but if you want to get the horoscopes, you have to do the download, and I highly recommend it. It's like a little guidebook for really the entire year. So check that out if you're interested. So as we move into January, we're moving into this number 9 vibration. We have, this idea that a lot of cycles, a lot of things are going to be wrapped up and completed. we still, as we move through the year, and we still have, as we enter January, this Mars retrograde energy. So there is a slowing. It's not, wow, reach for the stars and write all these goals. It's a very slow, be patient, go within kind of energy to start our year off. The main thing that I want to share with you, and I'll be back on the 12th, so I can touch on this then too, but on the 11th, the lunar axis changes. It's been on Aries and Libra for the last 18 months or so, and now it is moving to Virgo and Pisces. So the lunar nodes are a mathematical point calculated between the sun and the moon. They are a highly sort of esoteric charged point of a chart. When we're looking at somebody's astrology chart, we look to the lunar nodes to see maybe what this person's potential or purpose is, where they've come from in past lives and what they've come here to learn. And so we have that in our own individual astrology, but we also have a collective lunar node energy as well. And we've been working on Aries and Libra. So that has very much been about the self and how the self relates to others. So maybe over the last 18 months, you've noticed a lot of dynamics or shifts between showing up as your true authentic self, and then how does that play out in your relationships? Maybe relationships have been a big theme for you. Maybe just how you navigate and how you kind of feel when you're with others. Are you able to acknowledge yourself? Do you find it difficult to be your true self? Do you find that you're always kind of morphing to please others? That has really been what we've been working with. And the lunar nodes really get a workout. We really get the workout under the eclipses. So the lunar nodes indicate sort of the potential or the energies behind the eclipses. And that's been what we're working with. And now the lunar nodes are shifting into Virgo and Pisces. And Virgo and Pisces is so the north node will be in Pisces and the south node will be in Virgo. And essentially what this means is we're really being called to attune ourselves to higher compassion, greater love, to move with a groundedness, but also this knowledge and wisdom of that we're all connected. This energy is a little less about self and relationships, and it's a little more sort of ethereal. It's a little more spiritual. I think we can expect to see a lot of spiritual growth under this lunar node placement. I think we can expect to see a lot of creativity and innovation with music and art. And I think we'll also expect to see perhaps a lot more talk about religion and how religion is influencing us, good or bad. These are all manifestations of the Virgo, Pisces lunar nodal placement. So that happens on the 11th, and that's a pretty big shift. It's just one of the other shifts that we have happening in 2025. So that is our energy taking us up to the 12th, where I will be back. We have this very slow down, introspective energy. We have this shift of the lunar nodes. The shift will be very subtle. I don't think it's anything that we'll feel straight away. We're kind of just recalibrating to this new eclipse cycle. I think if anything, we're really maybe going to feel the result of our work on those Aries, Libra eclipses that we've been working through for the last 18 months or so. How have you shifted when it comes to your relationships? How have you shifted when it comes to showing up as your true authentic self? That is probably going to be more powerful than trying to think about what new energies the lunar node shifting is going to bring, because we haven't really experienced it yet, if that makes sense. So that is your energy forecast for the week, for the next few weeks. I am now going to shuffle a card, and I'm going to set the intention for this card to just be our guide as we bridge between 2024 and 2025. This is coming from my Cosmic Astrology Oracle deck, which I am sold out of, and I know so many of you are waiting for me to restock, and I am pregnant and probably need to go on maternity leave at some point in the new year, so I'm not really sure when I should restock them. I'd love to restock them right now, but I am trying to take my own advice and not be so Capricorn and try to slow down and not work too hard. So I'm making a baby. That's hard enough, right? All right, I'm just going to shuffle, just setting an intention. The Pleiades. I named this card Sisterhood because the Pleiades are also known as the Seven Sisters. And that's why I wanted to go with Sisterhood with this card. The Pleiades are also associated with death and rebirth, which is kind of perfect for moving into one year and leaving the other year behind. The Pleiades are a constellation of 7 stars. Stories have been told about this special cluster of stars from cultures all over the world. The Greeks referred to the Pleiades as the 7 sisters. They were said to calm the seas and watch over sailors. The Celtics viewed the Pleiades as a harbinger of change and transformation. This was due to the Pleiades rising high in the sky around the season of autumn, a time when the leaves change their colors and nature draws within, preparing for its rebirth moment. The Pleiades are also considered a symbol of feminine energy. If you have drawn this card, you are being guided by the 7 sisters. They will watch over and protect you, especially if you're going through a period of transition and change. Well, we're all going through a period of transition and change with the starting of the new year, right? The cycle of death and rebirth is also connected to this card. So trust that if anything has fallen away, something new will eventually rise. So I think that this is a perfect card to help us wrap up and step into the new. It's just about honoring the season that we're in, the transformation that we're in, and the rebirth. And, I do think this time of year gets us to reflect on what we have achieved, what we've done, maybe celebrating who we are now at the end of it all, and trusting that there's new chapters, new potential waiting for us in the year 2025. The Pleiades is also believed to be home to an advanced alien race known for its great love, compassion, and kindness, which actually kind of connects in with that Pisces lunar node energy that I've been talking about, with the lunar nodes now pointing, the lunar axis pointing to Pisces, which is all about love, compassion, and kindness. If you feel called, connect with the Pleiadians through your dreams or meditation. Additional meanings of this card: you are protected, embrace your feminine energy, create a feeling of sisterhood, endings lead to new beginnings, practice loving kindness towards yourself and others. Well, I think that's the perfect card to kind of summarize our energy as we move through the last few weeks of 2024 and make our way into 2025. So that is your forecast. I wish you all a wonderful, safe, and happy holiday season, however you celebrate, and a wonderful start to your 2025, and I will see you all in the new year. I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com. Thank you so much.